Hello everyone, good evening to Engineered.AI. Every mechanical engineer has a list of repetitive, mind-numbing tasks that hate doing inside PTC Creo. Whether it is manual mapping parameters across hundreds of model files, configuring layer status, or generating standardized drawing sheets, these administrative clicks steal time away from true product development. In this briefing, we show how to use free generative AI models to write automated scripts that do these boring tasks for you in seconds. Before we can instruct an AI engine to automate our CAD environment, we have to understand the specific code platforms built inside PTC Creo. Historically, Creo automation falls into three distinct tiers. At the entry level, we have Pro or Program. This is basic linear text interface built directly inside our modeling tree. It is excellent for simple logic gates, like telling a model to hide a bracket if a dimension falls below a certain value, but it cannot interact with external data. To set up to true workflow automation, we have at a middle tier, JLink and WebLink. These are Java and JavaScript API frameworks. They allow external code to interact directly with active Creo sessions, making them to absolute sweet spot for using large language models. A basic JavaScript looks can crawl through an entire workspace and edit thousands of model attributes instantly. Finally, at the enterprise ties sits Objective Toolkit. This is low-level C++ programming architecture used to build completely new software extensions from scratch. Most mechanical engineers completely avoid tiers 2 and 3 because they are experts in physical geometry, not software engineering. Generative AI completely removes this barrier by acting as your dedicated staff programmer. The true secret to automating complex CAD workflows with a large language model comes down to your prompting architecture. If you approach an AI model with a generic phrasing, like asking it to write a script to add parameters in Creo, the output will almost always be completely broken. Large language models train on broad data sets without strict boundaries. They will confidently hallucinate generic methods that do not exist inside PTC restricted developer environment. To unlock production ready code, you must treat the LLM like an engineering subcontractor. Look at the structured prompts frame on the right side. We are explicitly assign the AI on highly specialized persona, an expert in Creo JLink. We specify the programming language, name the exact entry point objective model in the architecture, and map out conditional loops and data handling rules beforehand. By providing strict software guidelines, we force the AI to generate precise API calls that maps flawlessly into our engineering system. Let's track a real world use case to see exactly how this script performs. We requested an automation script designed to clean up and standardize a massive legacy assembly file. The automation execution breaks down into three core phases. First, the jailing code initiates a secure connection, builds directly into your active Creo. Live Creo software session. It doesn't modify anything on your server disk yet. Next loop, instead of engineer spending hours of manual clicking through hundreds of unique CAD subassemblies and individual parts files, the script automatically calls your entire model tree layout in milliseconds. It identifies exactly which parts are missing their crucial manufacturing definitions. Finally, it performs the injection stage. The script automatically injects the standardized corporate metadata such as vendor codes or material classification into every target part file simultaneously. What used to consume a full afternoon of tedious admin work is compressed into a single click to run execution. While generative AI codes looks incredibly clean, it is rarely flawless on very first try. Large language models can easily hallucinate incorrect method calls or mix up outdated API syntax. Because of this, you must follow strictly deployment guardrails. First, never execute an AI script directly inside a live enterprise database. Set up a completely isolated local workspace and test the script logic on basic dummy blocks. Second, always backup your active Windchill workspace before running an external Marco. A poorly structured loop can easily wipe parameters data if the boundary conditions aren't locked down. Finally, treat the AI output as a draft. Review the code manually to ensure the variable mapping aligns with your internal company standards before pushing it to production. When you scale this approach across an entire engineering department, the return on investment shifts dramatically. Look at the cumulative time chart on the left. In a traditional engineering workflow, manual administrative tasks like data entry, parameter checking, and minor configuration updates scale linearly. Every single new assembly file adds a fixed tax of manual clicks onto your team's weekly bandwidth. By switching into AI-assisted script pipeline, your fundamental break that line. While there is a tiny initial time investment required to write and safely validate the automation macro with LLM, the ongoing execution time drops effectively to zero. This shift allows engineering team to reclaim up to 20% of their core operational capacity every single week. Your senior developer stops troubleshooting syntax or losing hours to file maintenance and refocus entirely on design architecture and true product innovation. What repetitive administrative task do you wish you could completely automate inside your current CAD workflows? Drop your specific workflow bottlenecks in the comment sections below and we can map out the prompt structure together in the thread. If you found this technical briefing valuable, make sure to hit the subscribe button to catch our weekly engineering deep dives. For enterprise teams looking to aggressively accelerate their engineering velocity, Engineered.AI provides custom workflow automation consulting. We design, test, and deploy secure jailing pipelines, automated parameter syncs, and Windchill AI readiness architecture tailored precisely to your company's product lifecycle. Reach out directly via our engineer.ai63@gmail.com. Schedule a technical discovery call. Thank you for watching this strategic brief, and I will see you in the next session.